Sonic the Hedgehog, everyone's favourite spine spin dasher, faster than the speed of sound. We just sort of accept him that way, don't we? Have you ever asked the question, how did Sonic get his powers? Or what makes him different?
Duh! That's so obvious!
Well, today I aim to officially answer those questions. Well, sort of. Let's get into it. Stay tuned. Back in the 90s. No, stop it. Back in the 90s, Sega operated very differently to how they do now today. There was Sega of Japan, where Sonic Team created the original games, and then there was Sega of America. Sega of America were responsible for the early Western media, such as the Sonic Underground cartoon series and the partnership with Archie Comics, while Sega of Japan and its Sonic Team of course produced the games. There was a huge divide between these companies with strained relationships and troubled development cycles, but that's a story for another time. So, that thumbnail though. I know, right? Let's get into it. In early 2009, a former Sega of America employee, Dean Sitton, set to eBay with what he referred to as a Sonic Bible. These were quickly purchased and uploaded to a Sonic-centric forum from the time. The document essentially detailed a uniform origin story and in later drafts additional world and character building details for a full-blown Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. As no media had yet conveyed and understood and agreed upon a canon for the Hedgehog, essentially in the West with Sega having basically zero access to Japanese publications, they had to come up with something themselves. This was intended to be an official reference point for any and all Western media products that should follow. The story starts with our Hedgehog, as we know and love him. But then he was referred to as Sonny. Now Sonny was a regular hedgehog with a natural talent for running fast. He is brown, he doesn't speak English, and he lives on planet Mobius. Whilst hibernating one winter, he was accidentally dug up by a Dr. Ovi Kinterball, who was searching for emeralds at the time. Emeralds he planned to use to undo the pollution that had been caused by mankind upon the planet. Sonny, as we've mentioned was his name at the time, agreed to help the Doctor with his research and helped to rescue lost and wounded animals that were kept at the lab. He established an understanding of the English language from his time with the Doctor, which allowed him to attain a competent understanding of physics. One day he decided to stretch his legs and found a treadmill amongst the Doctor's equipment. Going for a run, he found himself unable to stop, running faster and faster. It soon alarmed the Doctor when he recorded a speed in excess of the sound barrier as a blue blur whizzed upon the machine. As the Doctor shut it off, concerned for the Hedgehog's safety, he realised that something had changed. Sonny had changed colour. That's right, he was blue now. But not only that, the speed at which he had experienced within the machine was a speed at which he could now freely maintain. The Doctor called this the Cobalt Effect and nicknamed him Sonic to reference his newfound abilities. The Doctor explained to Sonic how he'd worked tirelessly to rid the world not only of pollution, but of the evil at its cause. He'd siphoned and stored all of the evil in the world into 6 crystals and believed them to be the key to reversing the damage that had been caused to the planet. But he needed one more. He asked if Sonic, with his newfound gift, would help him scour the world to find it. Our hero of course agreed, as the Doctor indulged upon a single boiled egg. But celebration was short-lived. You see, the lab had been built upon a toxic waste dump, and the surrounding radiation had grown too great for its walls to withstand. Suddenly, as if from nowhere, radiation began to leak into the lab, and into the reverse quantum bioformulator, a machine comprised entirely of golden rings, able to contain the dark energies of the emeralds. The equipment exploded, sending the emeralds to the far reaches of the planet in separate locations, but not before their dark energy was released and transferred into the Doctor. Dr. Ovi Kinterball was gone, and in his place, the evil Emeralds and Robotnik was born. Hell-bent on destruction and global domination, the very opposite of his former self, Sonic had lost his closest friend. Sonic knew what he had to do, all that was left to do, and so in memory of the Doctor, he carried the name that he had given him and set out to find the emerald that brought chaos to the world, knowing that only they could defeat the evil that they had released. That's the story, the very first story. In 1991 from Sega, it was adapted in parts and adopted for the Sonic the Hedgehog promotional comic series and the Stay Sonic guidebook. Later Western Sonic media strayed from the story, but the names Planet Mobius and Dr. Robotnik remained a constant across the Archie comics and the Sonic Underground cartoon series that aired up until 2014 in certain parts of the world. Whilst none of the games of course from Sega Japan and Sonic Team really ever followed this plot, it was officially retcon with the release of Sonic Adventure 2, revealing that Dr. Robotnik's grandfather was named Gerald Robotnik. This contradicts of course the Eggman origin story as per Sega of America's Bible, and in turn undoes the very story that we've just explored. If this sort of thing interests you, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, because I'll be doing more Lost Lore videos to come. But from one Sonic the Hedgehog fan to another, cheers for your time. Take it easy.